What if your confidence isn't real? What if everything you believe about self-esteem is a carefully crafted illusion designed to keep you small? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people spend their entire lives waiting for permission to believe in themselves. Permission from parents, from bosses, from society, and they die waiting, because that permission never comes. The system isn't designed to make you confident. It's designed to make you compliant. Today, we're going deep into the dark psychology of self-esteem, how confidence is systematically destroyed, and how the few who possess real self-belief built it through methods nobody talks about. This isn't motivation, this is the truth. Dark, brutal, uncomfortable truth. Let's begin. Think about how confidence is portrayed in modern culture. The loud entrepreneur, the aggressive self-promoter, the person who believes in themselves so hard they have to tell everyone about it. That's not confidence. That's compensation. Real confidence doesn't announce itself. Consider Peter Dinklage. When he started acting, every agent, every casting director told him the same thing. You'll only get comedy roles, elf parts, novelty characters. The industry had decided what he could be. And here's where most people break. They accept the limitation. They internalize it. They let others define their ceiling. Dinklage did the opposite. He refused roles that diminished him, went years without work, struggled financially, but he didn't compromise his self-perception. And when Game of Thrones came, he didn't play a victim or a joke. He played Tyrion Lannister, the smartest, most complex character in the series. Not because he convinced the world to see him differently, because he refused to see himself the way they did. That's the difference. Most people adopt other people's stories about them, about their limitations, about what's possible, and those stories become cages. Here's the dark psychology. Your self-esteem is under constant attack, not from obvious sources, from subtle ones. The job market that tells you you're replaceable, the education system that rewards conformity over originality, the constant comparison to people who had advantages you didn't. Every rejection letter, every failed interview, every overlooked promotion, they're all data points, and your brain collects them like evidence. Evidence that you're not good enough. The system isn't broken, it's working exactly as designed. Because insecure people are controllable. They don't take risks, don't challenge authority, don't demand more. They're grateful for scraps. And here's what makes it insidious. You think it's your fault. You blame yourself for not being confident, when the truth is, you've been psychologically conditioned to doubt yourself from birth. So how do the few break free? Not through positive thinking, not through affirmations, through psychological rebellion. Let me show you what this looks like. Elon Musk gets mocked constantly. His companies called impossible. His timelines ridiculed. His behavior scrutinized. And he keeps building, not because he doesn't hear the criticism, because he's detached from it. He's made a fundamental psychological decision. External opinion is irrelevant data. This isn't arrogance, it's strategic detachment. Sam Altman, when building OpenAI, spent years being told AGI was decades away, that his approach was wrong, that he was wasting time and money. He didn't debate, didn't defend, didn't seek validation. He just kept working. And then ChatGPT launched, and the world changed overnight. Here's what these examples reveal. Real confidence is built in isolation, not physical isolation, psychological isolation, the ability to operate independent of consensus reality. This is where most people fail. They need agreement, need validation, need someone to tell them they're on the right path. But breakthrough achievements in any field require going against consensus, which means you have to develop the ability to believe in yourself when nobody else does. This isn't taught, it's forged. through repeated exposure to doubt and choosing to proceed anyway. Every time you take action despite fear, you're writing new code. I am someone who acts anyway. Not because you feel confident, because you choose to act as if you are. And here's the dark psychology secret. Your brain can't tell the difference between genuine confidence and performed confidence. If you consistently act with confidence, even when you don't feel it, your brain eventually accepts it as reality. This is called behavioral activation in psychology. Action creates belief, not the other way around. Most people wait to feel confident before acting. The successful reverse the equation. They act first. Feeling follows. So how do you actually do this? Step 1. Reframe rejection as information. When someone tells you no, you're not good enough, you can't do something, that's data. Not about your worth, about their perception. Peter Dinklage didn't let casting directors define his capability. He recognized they were operating from limited imagination. Start viewing rejection as exposure to limited thinking, not truth about your potential. Step 2. Create private victories. Confidence isn't built through external achievement. It's built through internal promises kept. Tell yourself you'll do something difficult. Then do it. Wake up at 5 a.m. for a week. Have the hard conversation. Finish the project. No one needs to know. No audience required. Each kept promise is evidence. Your subconscious collects it. I am someone who follows through. This becomes your foundation. Step 3. Embrace strategic silence. Stop explaining yourself. Stop seeking approval. Stop announcing plans. The confident person doesn't need consensus. Mark Zuckerberg spent years pivoting Facebook through criticism. He didn't defend every decision. He executed, then showed results. When you stop seeking permission, you stop giving others power over your self-perception. Step 4. Develop selective deafness, not to feedback, to noise. Learn to distinguish between useful criticism and projection. Someone saying, "That won't work," might mean, "I couldn't do it," or "I'm afraid of change," or "This threatens me." Their statement isn't about you, it's about them. Filter for signal, discard noise. Step 5. Build from evidence. Keep a record of hard things you've done, not accomplishments. Moments of courage, the time you spoke up, started despite fear, failed and continued. When doubt hits, and it will, you have proof. Not hope, not belief. Proof. This is psychological armor. Here's where we end. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's not genetic, not luck, not personality. It's a skill, built through repetition, through facing discomfort and not breaking. The world will try to convince you otherwise. They'll tell you to believe in yourself, think positive, visualize success. But you've tried that, and it didn't work. Because real confidence doesn't come from thoughts. It comes from evidence. Evidence that you can face fear and act anyway. Evidence that rejection doesn't destroy you. Evidence that you don't need permission to become who you're meant to be. Peter Dinklage didn't wait for the industry to change. He changed his relationship with himself first, and eventually reality caught up. That's the pattern. Internal transformation precedes external validation, never the other way around. You want confidence? Stop waiting for it. Stop seeking it externally. Build it, action by action, uncomfortable moment by uncomfortable moment. And one day, sooner than you think, you'll realize something. You're not trying to be confident anymore. You just are. Not because you convinced yourself, because you proved it to the only person who matters, yourself. The world doesn't reward the loudest voice. It rewards the one who acts with quiet certainty, who doesn't need validation because they've validated themselves. Through evidence, through action, through refusing to accept other people's limitations as their own. That person can be you, but only if you're willing to do what most people won't. Build in silence. Prove it to yourself. Let results speak. The choice is yours.